morning guys, today I'm going to be starting up on a bunch of new creatures. I think I have a dinosaur and a water dragon mainly. I'm not sure if I'll start anything else, but that's what I'm going to focus on getting done today. Or at least started. Today I can actually explain what I'm making instead of hide it from you like last vlog, so I'm actually going to be making a quetzel and a water dragon. So the first thing that we're going to do is I'm going to be painting the head of the quetzel that I made. So I made this, and we're just going to get it all painted in resin today. So that's our first task. Okay, so I need to figure out what I want to do with the face. I know the body colors already because I already cut the fabric for it. Hold on, I'll show you that. This is what my body is going to look like. So the main body is going to be a brown kind of furry bit, and then the wings are going to be orange, fading from the brown to orange. So I do want to have some orange in here, but I kind of want a color that'll go well with orange as well. So what color would go good with orange? I'm kind of aiming for greens and blues. I need to get it primered first, so we have enough time to think about it. That'll work. Okay, so we're going to primer the face first, and then I got to figure out what color I want to do the beak. I think I'll just do a gray. So, while I'm doing this, I am currently uploading a video because today is a Thursday, and I realized I did not take photos of the creature that is in the video. Because normally what I do is I will post it on Etsy real quick right before I upload. That way it's there for when I do the video. So if anyone's interested in what's made in the video, it's ready in there and hasn't sold. So I tried to do that first, and I realized I filmed and did everything for this video around the time I was sick, and I think I forgot to take photos of them because it's not on my phone, not on my computer. So here in a bit, after the video is done processing and I have it posted, I'm going to really quickly go take photos of the creature for the video and then post it on Etsy. So yeah, the reason I'm not doing it now is because I'm babysitting the upload. I never trust the upload system on YouTube to actually work properly, so I always keep an eye on it while it's doing its thing, because I don't want it to freeze. I've had it a lot of the times freeze on me to where the only way to get it to continue going is to basically disconnect from my internet and reconnect, and then most of the time that fixes it. So I don't want it to just be sitting there at a certain percent not uploading, so I constantly just check on it, and if the number stops moving, we get a new fresh connection to the internet. So yeah, I'm gonna get this painted, get that video done, and then we will probably go and take some photos real quick. You know, come to think about it, this video that I'm posting that I messed up and forgot to take photos of the creature is the same video that I lost footage recently. I just didn't have a good day with this video, did I? But yeah, if you guys don't know, the one that I'm currently uploading, because I'm filming this ahead of time, is the Minotaur that I did. And in that video, I lost the footage of me painting his axe. Can't find it anywhere. And apparently, I also never took photos of him. So, don't you love it when you get sick and weeks later you find out all the stupid things you did or forgot to do and it bites you? I don't want that looking too cartoon-like. I don't know. I'll think about it. I kind of like it, but I also kind of don't like it. Okay, so this vlog didn't quite work out the way I thought it would. I kind of had something come up, so the first half, which we already went through, was recorded on, I believe, Friday, and then the rest of this video is going to be recorded on Monday. So I already have the clay pieces and the little feet and stuff all painted and resined. So I decided to change to the way I had the face. I didn't go with the polka dots, I decided to go with some line work and stuff. So yeah, today is actually Monday now. I got the little fingers for the wings, and like I said, the toes for the feet. Okay, so the next thing that I need to work on now is I need to sew the wings for our quetzel. So I'm going to be sewing around the base of them all the way around, and then we're going to flip them right side out, get them nice and flattened, and then I'm going to take the pattern that we have, and I'm going to cut this portion out, draw it on, and then we're going to have to sew the lines for that as well. Also for the legs too. So I'm gonna get that started. I need to get my sewing machine out. Okay, so I got the wings done for our quetzel. So I've got this. I already dyed the fabric ahead of time before I did any of the sewing. That way it wouldn't be so bright of an orange. Because this color was what it originally was, and I added a little bit of a fade because the body is going to be brown. And then this part that's sewn off will probably get stuffed, but this part's going to be too thin to do so. So it's just going to have a wire frame. Oh, and then there's also like a tiny little hole up here where the finger pieces are going to get glued into place. So I got 1, 2, and then I got the little tail piece. So next thing that we're going to do is we're going to work on a pattern for a water dragon or sea serpent. I haven't decided on which one I want to do yet. I'm going to kind of just figure it out as I go. Okay, so I think what I'm going for is something closer to a reptile than like a fish. I'm trying to figure out how to make like fins for it though, because I'm kind of wanting to emulate it off of a basilisk. Not the fantasy species, but the like real-time reptile species, because I believe those are very water-like. So I think we're going for something kind of long and lengthy. Okay, so the very bottom I'm going to leave straight. Make it just a little easier on myself. Fix up these lines in a bit. I just want to get a basic shape laid out. Now here is probably where I'll start straying from the actual shape of the reptile. I kind of want to give it a longer neck. Face-wise, I'm thinking I want it to look similar to a plessy. So I want to give it a long neck to kind of go with that. Okay, so I got the basic body shape down. I kind of like it. It looks still a lot like an actual basilisk. I'm kind of thinking to do a weird combination of both, where it starts out kind of shaped like a reptile leg, and then it gets really wide and like fin-like how a plessy's foot would be. Let's draw it out and see what happens. Something kind of like a combination of the two. I like that. This is where it's going to get tricky, because the front leg works, but the back leg has got to still look like a reptile because it's coming from there, and then it's got to switch. Okay, I'm so excited for this piece. It looks awesome, just pattern-wise. So the colors I'm going to use when we get to this, I'm going to use black. This will probably be for the like under portions of the legs. I think the belly is going to be like a brighter color, but I need to figure out what fabric I'm using first. And then the main body is going to be this beautiful thing. We used this on making the alligator, and I haven't touched it since, and I've been dying to use it again. So I'm going to get all the pieces cut out. And I think I also have another small project that I want to use this for. Okay, so I got my fabric cut out for the water dragon. The next thing I want to work on is actually this chair, because I want to use the same fabric that I'm using on the water dragon for the chair. Basically, I need to fix the backing of it. So there are seams that are just giving out, and I want to basically just make something that slides over this. That way I don't have to look at the horrible seams about to rip because of me leaning on the back of it while I'm editing. So I'm going to fix this up. I need to make a little pattern. So basically, I'm going to take pieces of paper, trace the shape of this out, and then we're going to cut pieces of fabric for the back and the front. So I think I want the fake leather on the part where I'm going to rest against, and then I want to do some kind of like texture thing back here. So yeah, we're going to get that cut out. But yeah, look at that. That looks horrible. And then on this side, it's almost all the way down. Granted, I know I'm using fake leather to replace the fake leather that's splitting, but it's all I have that I want to use. Okay, looking at this, these lines are pretty straight, so I think I just need to figure out what the curve of this is and figure out that, and then I can just like draw lines. I don't have to have a piece of paper for the whole thing. Now I gotta take into account that it needs to wrap around her, but I make it too small. I just need to trace around the edge now. Bam! There we go. Okay, and then I just need to basically flip that and figure out the length, and we're going to draw it out on the fabric. Ooh, okay. That actually looks really good. I do need to trim the edge, like kind of overlap it so there's not just this rough seam. But yeah, I like that. I got this centered in the very middle. Now I need to figure out the backing. So I was kind of wanting something textured, but I also want it to go along with the black. And this is the only like textured black fabric I have. So I think it could look pretty cool. So I think I'm going to use this for the backing, and then this is going to be for the front. Okay, so here is my strange little sock thing for my chair. Got the back and the leather side. Now to see if I can squeeze it into place. I think the top might be a bit of a tight fit because like this part was wider than here, and then it'll probably be loose down here. Luckily the fake leather does stretch a little bit. Okay, so I got it on, but it's like loose here. So I figured, solution, let's stuff it. I'll make it more comfortable anyways. So I have this useless pillow that I don't use anymore. I'm going to take the little liner thing out of it. This was just random in storage. I'm going to shove it inside of here. This was probably a bad idea. This probably should have been put in first. But I don't want to slide it off, so I'm going to be lazy and just try to shove it down and up. Actually pretty cute. I kind of like the back. And then the front. Stuffing it did help. The cushion may need a little unfluffing. It's a little too there, but it looks better than having it all like you know, like deflated at the top. And it'll actually be more comfortable this way. Okay, so I just had a extremely weird, funny experience happen while I was taking Axel out for a walk. So basically, I went down the stairs, I got out of the apartment, I was walking past the garages, and there was a little blackbird on the roof of it, just kind of looking down at me, so I was like, oh, you're pretty, and just kept walking, continued going that way, and then started heading back, and as I was heading back, I hear something hit the floor next to me. I look down, and there is Twix. Basically, I had a Twix thrown at me. There's no one outside, by the way. There's absolutely no one out right now. It's just me and a bunch of blackbirds eating bugs in the grass. And I look up into the tree next to me where the Twix fell, and there's that same bird that I said you're pretty to. And I think he gave me a Twix because I complimented him. Me being me, I picked it up, was slightly in shock, forgot to say thank you, felt really bad, went inside with Axel, and after a while, looking through what birds eat, especially blackbirds, I decided to grab some pumpkin seeds, and he was still in the tree when I went back down, and I said thank you, and put a pile of pumpkin seeds next to the tree. Now, this could be him giving me a gift, and I gave him a gift back. Nice, fun, kinda cute. Or it could also have been he accidentally dropped the candy going into the tree and I stole his candy. So I felt bad, so either way I need to give him something, so I gave him those pumpkin seeds. So just in case I thought I stole something or I was given a gift, I gave pumpkin seeds to a wild bird because he threw a Twix at me. Anyways, this is now the most precious thing that I own. So that's all done with. I need to get back to work. I had an order this weekend that went through, so I need to get something boxed up. So I figured I'd have you guys see how I box up my things. Just a little thing that sold. So this little guy is the one that sold. He is the last little vampire bat that I made for Halloween, and we're going to get him all boxed up. So normally what I do is I just kind of inspect him to make sure he's still good, because even though he's in storage and he's all nice and safe, sometimes creatures rub up against each other, so if I need to fix or touch anything up, I do that before boxing him. Okay, so he looks pretty much fine. I'm gonna get his box set up. Luckily he's tiny, so he should fit just fine in this. Now one thing that's kind of tricky about art dolls is you should definitely try to make them where they fit in certain size boxes, because I don't do that. I'm not really smart about that. Luckily he's small enough to fit in a normal box, but normally with the larger ones I have to kind of MacGyver a box together. So I get a really big one and I convert it into a smaller-ish box that works better. So normally what I end up doing is I kind of cover up everything that's clay. So his feet are clay, so we're going to get these all wrapped up first. This is a part that always kind of creeps me out because it looks like he's suffocating. And then we can put this in the box. And then close it up. And then I need to make the labels. Okay, so update on the chair. I decided to pull the pillow out. I sat in it for like literally 30 seconds and I was like, no, this isn't gonna work. It kept feeling like I had someone pushing me out of my chair, so I'm just gonna deal with the little wrinkle bits until I can figure out how to fix that. Anyways, I think I'm gonna call the vlog good here pretty soon because I need to get a bunch of editing done. I am currently working on breaking down all the files for my Carno time lapse. I did that one painting. I think I showed it to you a little bit in another vlog, but I did a painting of a Carno. I don't want to show the finished product because I did some really cool like shadowing effects, so it doesn't look anything like this. But yeah, I have roughly like, how many files? I have 14 files from individual days of painting. So I've sat down 14 times working on this painting, and each file is roughly about an hour to 2 hours long, so I have anywhere between like 14 to 20 hours of footage to go through to turn into a time lapse. It's so much footage that I can't even put all of it at once on my computer. I literally have to like break down certain bits into little files, put that down, remove the larger files, and then like do the same thing until I have a bunch of smaller versions of those files, and then I can put them together into one time lapse. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm going through and just removing any bits where my hand leaves the camera shot so that it looks nice and crisp and everything. Anyways, I'm gonna get this started. This is probably gonna be the rest of my day, so I'm gonna call the vlog short since it was kind of like a two-parter. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to like, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!